everyone needs to go to Infowars.com. The article is right up there at the top of the page, red linked. Petition to Trump, pardon Julian Assange. We go over all the facts, and we go over the fact that he engaged in regular journalistic activity and did a wonderful job being advised by top journalism professors around the world, and that he was very, very fair about what he did, and that you need to send the message that he's a hero. Now, I know they claim he's a Russian agent with no evidence and all the rest of that garbage, even though they've released stuff on Russia and Israel as well, and China. But it doesn't matter. It's the right thing to do. And you wouldn't have gotten elected without Drudge. You wouldn't have gotten elected without what you've done, obviously. You can't say it's any one person, but without any of us together, it wouldn't have happened. But if it wasn't for Julian Assange, you can say clearly that the president wouldn't have been elected. You know, President Trump talks about how we need to be trailblazers, how we need to be outsiders, how we need to expose the current stagnant system that's been suppressing us, wanting to make us poor so he can consolidate control and buy us up for pennies on the dollar. That really is the globalist system. And he's absolutely right. So it is an honor to be persecuted by the globalist and to be lied about and to be demonized. But it's an honor to draw them out so we can show who they are, so that you take action and you take the country back politically, culturally, spiritually, financially. Another hero is Julian Assange, who's been in solitary confinement in a closet-size room. They converted a closet with a bed and enough room for a laptop. They took that away over a year ago. No communication with the outside. It's all been one hell of a time for him, and he was very bipartisan in that he exposed Republicans, he exposed Democrats. He very judiciously, very, very judiciously released information that exposed criminal activity of the NSA, criminal activity of the CIA, illegal spying on Congress, illegal spying on Trump, illegal spying on me. The DEA then gave us information. We'd indeed been spied on going back to 9 years ago when Obama got into office. There was my name and phone numbers no one knew. Do you have a tendency to kind of have an office line and you never use it? And it's like, they even had my private office line that I might do radio interviews on once every couple weeks. But they had my home number, my old cell, my new cell, and my office line. And they had Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago private apartment number that I had. Can you imagine when I saw that, and I never had the nerve to call the number that I was given to his Mar-a-Lago room? I still have it. And there I was looking at his Trump Tower private number, his switchboard number, his Mar-a-Lago number, and we published that at risk. No media coverage. Total proof of Obama spying on Trump and yours truly a decade ago. Think about that. And that's federal people that have access to those NSA databases, the DEA does. And imagine, they see it in the news last year that we say we've been spied on, the media's lying about it, and all of a sudden we get the documents via people associated with Arpaio, I'll leave it at that, and we publish them. And should it have been the biggest story ever? Absolutely. And why do they want to shut off air? Because they know at any time we can get things like that again, and we've got the courage to slam it out there. But let me tell you who else has got courage. The man we're about to talk to for the balance of the hour, and he'll cover the waterfront with us. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the real deal. And America's had freedom so long, people don't recognize real tyranny when it hits them right between the eyes. So pray for America, pray for President Trump, please pray for InfoWars, and pray for the gentleman we're about to talk to here in a moment, because the bullies are out in force trying to intimidate us into submission. It's not working, and they don't know what to do. Now, I can tell you, I got 120,000 signatures delivered to the president concerning internet censorship and shadow banning, and asking him to form a commission and to get the different people that have been victims of it, who are prominent, but also the general public, together to show a compendium and an example of it. And I can tell you, I was then asked to put together a report by certain individuals, I'll leave it at that, but that report has gotten to Congress and the president 2 weeks ago, and that you now see the president tweeting about he's gotten the reports and he knows about the shadow banning and it's illegal. So he had to get the economy turned on first. He had to get the border secured first. He had to get the traitors out of some areas of the government first. Now he can move into showing the attacks on free speech. It's a popular issue. It's an important issue. It's paramount. And that's top linked on Infowars.com, save the internet. But everyone needs to go to Infowars.com. The article is right up there at the top of the page, red linked. Petition to Trump, pardon Julian Assange. We go over all the facts, and we go over the fact that he engaged in regular journalistic activity and did a wonderful job being advised by top journalism professors around the world, and that he was very, very fair about what he did, and that you need to send the message that he's a hero. Now, I know they claim he's a Russian agent with no evidence and all the rest of that garbage, even though they've released stuff on Russia and Israel as well, and China. But it doesn't matter. It's the right thing to do. And you wouldn't have gotten elected without Drudge. You wouldn't have gotten elected without what you've done, obviously. You can't say it's any one person, but without any of us together, it wouldn't have happened. So we need the president to pardon Julian Assange. We've got another change.org petition that's got a lot of signatures dealing with stopping shadow banning. And all of this just draws attention. All of this just chips away at what they're doing. But if it wasn't for Julian Assange, you can say clearly that the president wouldn't have been elected. And you said in a speech, I don't care who got her illegal server. It's illegal. It's about what she did that's wrong. Don't change the subject. Go back to that instinct, sir. But you told Assange, release it. You said release more stuff. And he's in the crosshairs. And he needs to be pardoned if he's brought back to the United States. If you signal you're going to pardon him, there's no real charges in England. There's only this bail jumping thing. He will be released. The fake sex charges that 2 women connected to the CIA, he picked up at a bar, who went back to his hotel room and had sex with Assange. And then later they decided maybe that one of them didn't give him permission. Oldest trick in the book, folks. That's all been dropped. He wouldn't be the first man let his, you know what, get him in trouble. So I'm in the same boat as Assange and Trump and others that are willing to tell the truth. So we need the president to do this, but I need you first to go sign the petition at Infowars.com. There's a big link up there that says Save the Internet that goes to our special report detailing how the shadow banning is going on. There's 11,931 signatures. I only plugged it at the end of the show yesterday. We need to get a couple 100,000 signatures to really get attention. And I'll pull the stunt like I already did last time of shipping an entire pallet at that time to Trump Tower. It made quite a stir, but it got attention. You could also put a little note about what you wanted to say to the president on there. Obviously, he didn't read them all. This time, we're going to deliver it electronically to Congress. We're going to read some of the comments you make. And I think I may go ahead and pull the stunt again, because under the mail, they have to take it. And I think I may ship all of them on one-page sheets to Congress and to the White House. But regardless, it's very important. Plus, then, if you give us your email, we can communicate with you on that list about free speech attacks and what's happening. So create a special email if you want, just for the First Amendment and for Assange and for all of this, and go sign up at Infowars.com right now. There's an article that has it linked, Petition to Trump, Pardon Julian Assange. We're going to add a link in that Save the Internet article right there. We're going to add a link to that up there. If you click on Save the Internet, they're at the top of Infowars.com. We're going to add a link in there, too, to the petition right there on that link as well. So Infowars.com right now. When we come back, Joey Gibson is got another rally coming up, another prayer vigil in the anti-free speech globalist zone of Portland. And the official Antifa says they're coming out with guns. These people need our prayers, and they need your bodies out there. We'll be back.
You know, someone very profoundly once said many years ago that if fascism ever comes to America, it'll come in the name of liberalism.
He goes to jail. He goes to jail. Lock him up.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance.
We need your support more than ever. They're literally trying to shut us down every day by this point. So please support us by getting the products at InfoWarsStore.com, where we have Super Silver Wound Gel Bullet Points. This is new technology that's an advanced patented technology that's forever changed the colloidal nano-silver market. There's been extensive research on silver sol technology, which includes 20+ safety reports, test series, as well as the first ever double-blind FDA-cleared human ingestion toxicity study done on any silver product. Formula is 24 parts per million. The 32 parts per million version is FDA cleared as a prescription medical device. It's one of the only OTC products with direct claims against MRSA and VRE, two of the most deadly forms of bacteria that can cause infection. So it's great for first and second degree burns, including sunburn. It's basically an armor for your wounds. This is a protective barrier that guards the wounds and helps keep them from getting infected. I'm definitely going to get some of this. Barrier of protection can last up to 3 days on the skin, which is great because when it happened to me, when I get these big scrapes down the back of my feet, plasters just ain't going to cover it. You don't even have, bandages. Plasters just aren't going to do it. So this would have been great for that. It's perfect for athletes of all ages in all areas of sport. It is Super Silver Wound Gel Bullet Points, available as an exciting new product right now at InfoWarsStore.com.